numbers,
Okay.
just names.
I would move to accept the resolution 2575 with promotion for Kyla Butikoffer and Melissa McAtee, and currently there is no wage increase.
I'll second.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bull's eye.
Text if the sound wasn't working. I think John said shut off my speaker.
It's real good.
We got one there, yeah.
You guys approved this last week, maybe your initial one.
Four.
That was that urban renewal. It was on last week, I just didn't do the same. Where is it on?
It's on right now.
Oh,
That's the next thing.
You do these.
okay.
Okay. Discuss, acknowledge the filing of 2025 Urban Renewal Report with the Department of Management. There ain't much to file because it's all zeros.
And I'm gonna find out if we want to end that, I have to do it by a resolution. That's that old Urbana, the Commerce Village area where we had a TIF overlapping the city of Urbana's. I can't foresee you're gonna do any projects in there.
Is that not what the REC and stuff is
Yeah,
at?
so otherwise I have to keep filing the zero report. Like cities have to file when they have TIF debt and all that, but because we have that TIF as a TIF out there.
The only towns I can think of are like Walker maybe.
No, that's in a whole different area. This is specific to the area, their renewal areas. So each city usually has their own, but this was a county TIF.
And they're gonna annex 100 some acres down there at Walker's.
Yeah. This is for when the county wants to make it a TIF area.
And that is run out, basically. There's no money there.
Well, we don't have any project going on, so.
About the only thing I would think of, and that's kind of a wish list, I think, is secondary roads about a maintainer building down at the Blairstown area. Whether they're gonna combine one building for two different maintainers.
I mean, we can leave it as is, but I'm
And
just
then we-
explaining why we have to do this every year.
There's a lot of paperwork.
No, basically right now it's just doing this. Because we have zero money, we're not collecting any money, we're not paying out any money on it. But this one is specific to that Urbana area, so. Because if we ever did a new one, we'd have to create a new urban renewal area.
I'd say forget it, get rid of it.
Okay.
We'll do
Today,
this.
we'll do this and then
Yes.
I'll do a resolution to
Yeah.
get it dissolved.
Yeah, I would say.
Well, I would make a motion to accept the annual urban renewal report for fiscal year 24-25.
Okay,
Second.
all right, call for a vote on that one, an acknowledgement.
Tippit, aye.
Team and I,
Bull's eye. See the initials on it?
yes.
One, two, three.
I see one. Actually, go on my one.
Okay. Discuss and approve use of courthouse for bitumen limit November 20th of 2025.
Is this a yearly thing? They do it?
Yes, and this particular one, we had it tweaked last year, because it was You know, the other policy was more or less using the outside grounds. This one, they come inside and have, Santa sitting in the chair and stuff, so that's why she put all the information on there for the actual use of the facility.
And don't forget the Lions Club chili supper that night. Gotta put a plug in there.
That's at the fire station,
Is that
right?
At the fire station. Proceeds have been going to the honor flights.
Oh,
That's cool.
Everything's spelled out in the application, even the name of Santa Claus.
Even the name Santa Claus.
Not supposed to tell.
So your kids don't read the little fine print in the paper, so.
Right. The AKA.
Alright. Can I get a motion to approve the application for use of the county facilities?
So moved.
Second,
Alright, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bull's eye. I don't know who Santa is.
We got 5 minutes to kill before Matt. Reports.
I've got of course, we had the, yesterday's tour, which was, I enjoyed that very much. This week, I've got the East Central Iowa Workforce Development Board CEO meeting at True North on Thursday. I'll be attending that. The Historical Preservation meeting is for Thursday night, but they've canceled it because they have an empty agenda. So they said there's no need to get together. And then, of course, last week we had the training in Toledo. We all attended, so that's all I have for now.
Friday morning, I had the county health department's meeting. They're keeping busy, setting things up. I believe they reported no measles in Benton County. Kind of died off from what it was earlier in the year. You don't hear about it as much.
Employee meeting yesterday that went well, I thought. It was well attended too yesterday.
Yeah, I was really impressed. Employees come and
Worked out
did
well.
what they were supposed
Felicia
to do,
did.
and,
Felicia did a really good job.
yes,
She did, I mean, she really did.
yeah.
That
I've
was,
heard a lot of good feedback, so.
yes.
And they liked it kind of short and sweet,
Yep,
everything all in one session and we were done.
it was very good, and she did.
And
excellent
courtroom,
job.
I felt like it wasn't too crowded.
No,
No, there was,
It
there
It
was
was
empty
easy
chairs.
setting up and tearing down because we didn't have to go remove all the tables and
Yeah.
chairs.
Much easier on everybody.
I'll report a little bit on what I learned last week in Nashville at that Beacon Schneider conference. They just really have so many more things we could be doing with our GIS layers. I know like some counties use it for permitting. I know some of them could use it for contractors, like for your well and septic permits, where they can go out and apply for it through this Beacon permitting. And then you would see all the transactions, like when it would get to the contractor, and they would have all that stuff in layers. It was just really interesting, because it's not just Iowa that uses our platform, other states. So they really did a good job of, you know, presenting what other counties and states around us were doing with, you know, that platform and what's out there that we can be doing, so. It was pretty interesting, where I went. lots of potential there. Cause I even was, yesterday when the Atkins mayor and I were on the bus together talking about stuff, like even cities like for, marking their street signs or their water mains, there's just so much potential. I mean, we already have the imagery and the data there if people would just, buy in and start utilizing it.
Is there a fee for all that?
I was just
There
gonna
is
ask.
some,
that.
but like what we have is like, we have our package deal, kind of deal. Like, so they'll group things, and we might be grandfathered in, even if they sometimes add a few things, we might not have to pay that. But for some of it, I'm sure there is a fee. And we still currently charge customers to get on and do, the comparable searches, like an appraiser, the bank. They can get on and do a list of sales, and they can do, if it's so many square feet, how many bedrooms. It gives them the capability of searching for all the recent sales that have specifics that they're looking for to see what that house would be appraised at. I mean, so they're potentially making money off that appraiser.
Yep.
I think Ben said we probably generate maybe 7,000 to 8,000 a year just in people subscribing for that data.
Is that credit card, Haley, is used for
It's
that?
a system on there, yeah.
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 And that,
Jonathan Kane and Tasha Richard are seeking approval to change use of approximately 2 acres of land to allow for a single-family dwelling and shop. This property, it's located about 3 miles south and 1 mile west of Shellsburg, and that's within section 28 of Canton Township. This proposal concerns approximately 10-acre parcel that is owned by the applicants. The proposed location of this dwelling has a core instability rating of 50, which is not considered high-quality farmland. Further, the parcel has not been used for agricultural production since the adoption of the Agricultural Land Preservation Ordinance. Access to the property will continue via the existing driveway, which was reviewed and approved by Dan McKenna with secondary roads. This property is accessed from 30th Avenue Drive, which is a gravel county road with an average daily traffic count of 40 vehicles. The dwelling will require a new septic system and a private water well, which will be permitted by the department. The surrounding area includes timber to the north and east. To the west is a cemetery, while to the south there is a platted subdivision with multiple single-family dwellings. Notification letters were sent out to the 6 adjacent property owners, and legal notices were published in the official newspapers. Our office did not receive any public comments on this request. In this site, it lies within an area with a lower CSR, and it's part of a timbered section that has not been farmed since the county's land use ordinance was enacted. As such, the proposed dwelling is not expected to negatively impact nearby surrounding agricultural operations. Nope. Yours is next, this is a different one, just like.
Yeah, you're okay.
Everything is in order?
Yep.
They're gonna have a long lane to get there, or is there,
yeah, so they'll be,
this is what's gonna be, so this is.
yeah, the
Yep.
driveway, yes, they'll have that lane going back there.
I don't see any problems with it.
I know the area rear well, it's a good place for a house.
It is, yeah.
It is, as for the corn, it's a timber. I mean, they're never gonna roll that out the window.
That's
I didn't understand the CSR 50.
Yeah,
Yep.
covered with
know
trees.
the area real well.
Yep.
I would make the motion to approve the land use variance.
I second that.
Okay,
No problem there.
call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Yep. Seaman, aye.
Bullseye.
Approved. Yeah, let's go the other one, time item two. Well, how about anything interesting comments from yesterday's trip?
Learned some stuff about Atkins.
Really? You know, I kind of wish they would have, you know, of course, everything costs money, but if they could have some kind of a marquee up there to put up there about, explain more of what the roundhouse actually was. You know, one of the council members got a lot of information, you know, on the roundhouse. I mean, if they could make copies of it, put it in kiosks or something, you know, I thought that would be neat, you know what I mean?
It's interesting to learn there was a restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
There are
Yeah.
photos of it?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were on the bus, so there used to be a little restaurant there too.
Yeah,
They would
and,
feed the
Yeah.
railroad workers.
right, and I mentioned to the gentleman that was riding with me that Gabe Keister said he used to take his soon-to-be wife to that restaurant.
That's what some of the rumors were, people were thinking that there's gonna be another restaurant
Ah, okay.
with all the work that's going on. What did you say, it was halfway between Omaha and Chicago or something?
Yep,
Yeah.
That area was-
the halfway point.
Halfway point.
Yep.
I love to see it in operation. That had to be.
That's
Yep.
Just how they turned the train
Yeah,
around,
no,
like
Well, and then what did you say, that held 16 engines?
12,
For that roundhouse.
The roundhouse held 12?
12, yep.
I was thinking, you know, Thomas the Train, little
Like it,
movies with the little
You know.
kids with the little roundhouse.
Yeah.
you'd have to actually see the pictures of it to kind of get a thought of it, but like you said, if you could see the building years ago, and it's got 12 individual places
That's
that
cute.
are all railroad trains would,
Go in.
you know, pull in here, and how that thing would rotate them around to get them in each slot. And then they used to heat it with, some kind of furnace on the outside, and then they had ductwork in the ground, and then in the cement all the way around it. That's what we had, they worked with secondary roads, because it was a cemented pit. And the pit at the beginning was probably, 6 foot by 6 foot square, and then it would reduce on this half moon circle. It would get smaller, but every individual, place where a train would pull in, then they had concrete ductwork coming out, where the heat would come out, to heat the whole building, you know what I mean? So consequently, the cement's been breaking down, and you could actually crawl underneath.
You could crawl in that too?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
so I mean, that was a safety hazard, I mean, it was
That's
There
where
was
a shame, but somebody could crawl in there, so secondary roads come in there with an excavator, smashed it all down, and then they put dirt in, so.
There was people walking the trail when we were there yesterday.
So that was quite interesting.
It used to be a cross-country. That's
Right,
where Van
and
Community
they-
would use for their cross-country meet too.
I think they're possibly gonna go back to that.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah, so like maybe next year.
Yes.
Yeah. They've done a lot of work in that.
Yep.
Well, even Gannon, I enjoyed going on that backside this time. Forgot how spread out that is.
It's really wide there, that first 60 acres.
Yeah. You missed out on that one.
What's the total?
That was a beautiful part.
78, 79 acres total.
Short 80.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was back in there years and years ago, done this forever, when we just got started, that was the first project we threw money at. And we went in and planted a bunch of trees, and we planted food plots, and a few years later, then it came out of that, we started building on it. But, so we got to see some of the old foundation and everything back in there.
So when did she say the DNR was doing the drone footage of the Wildcat area
Oh,
yesterday? So with all the students there and.
so they got,
everything.
oh, that'll be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that gentleman, he was there with his drone.
Okay.
When we were pulling out.
Well, I was impressed with the restroom facility, that concrete building.
Took a long time to get that done.
The story about that, and how it comes in, and I thought the whole tour was,
Cause that part didn't have any kind of facility before that, right?
Just
No
pit
restroom,
toilet.
just the pit toilet, so, yeah. Definitely a big improvement.
I enjoyed that.
What are you laughing
Huh?
at? What are you laughing
Pit toilet.
at? Oh, I didn't see the gesture. See?
In my day, they were called the outhouse.
That's right.
I said, that's, most people know by that.
Next, are you gonna tell me you use the Sears catalog?
No.
Circle your wish list.
So do we do that tour every year to see the upgrades and?
Pretty well.
whatever?
Pretty well. Well, they've been doing a lot, you know what I mean, the
Yeah.
last couple of years.
Well, it'll be neat to see when they, because they got it burned down now, when they seed that, all the grass in the roundhouse area, and that natives come up, that'll be fun to see.
Oh, like I said, I was impressed that they got the killing the trees off, you know, that was my concern. That the spring when they went in there with that guy that cleaned it all up, it was like a big, I don't know, weed eater
Mhm.
on an excavator, and the thing had an arm on it, so it would cut trees up to, well, I don't know, 10 inches long and catch it, and then he'd stack them up on a pile.
Oh, wow.
And then they'd actually drag them over to the shredder and they ground everything up, you know. So this excavator, a hoe, was, you know, all over there, cutting all these trees down and everything, you know.
Wow.
And I knew right away, anybody knows about trees, like especially the mulberry tree, you cut it off, you went from a tree to a bush the
Yeah.
following year.
That's what you
And
get.
that's what I was worried about. Now, you went all this work to clear cut this and get it cleaned up. Now you got the, coming from the roots yet, you know, and I wanted to make sure that they kept on, you know, actually kill them off. you know,
Right,
so-
right. Yeah.
And they're doing that. I was really impressed. And you can see there's more area, 80-some acres or 80 acres, that there's a lot of trees to take care of.
Yes, they are. And they, I guess right now, he said they'll be able to go in with the 15-foot, the way they've got it cleared out, now they'll be able to use a 15-foot mower
Mhm.
versus the 5-footer. So that'll be huge. Time saving.
Well, Matt, why don't you hand out the next pamphlet real slow?
All right. Do you know they used to pump the water 6 miles to the roundhouse before
Yeah,
they
they
did
did.
it?
He tells that too, which
Yep.
that had to have been crazy.
That's,
There's
yeah.
like a pond out there too, it's all cemented out, you know, and that's where the water used to go in. And of course, that's still there yet.
Dennis and Barbara Garling, they are seeking to approval change the use of approximately 1 acre of land to allow for an additional single-family dwelling on their property. This property is located just east of Belle Plaine, an eighth of a mile, and that's within section 21 of Iowa Township. This proposal concerns a 10.4 acre parcel that is owned by the applicants. The proposed location has a corn stability rating of 85, indicating high-quality farmland. However, this parcel has not been used for agricultural production since the adoption of the Agricultural Land Preservation Ordinance. And due to its size and topography, this land is not well suited for farming. Access to the property will continue via the existing driveway, which was reviewed and approved by Dan McKenna from the Secondary Roads Department. The property is accessed from 77th Street Drive, which is a paved county road with an average daily traffic count of 1,880 vehicles. The dwelling will require a new septic system, and the department has already completed initial site evaluation to determine the type of system, which will be a conventional system installed there. The dwelling will utilize the existing private water well on the property as well. The surrounding area includes timber to the north and south. To the west is a field, which is in row crop production. And while to the east, there's a single-family dwelling accompanied by pasture land. 7 notifications were sent out to adjacent property owners, and legal notices were published in the official newspapers. Our office did not receive any public comments on this request. There are not any plans currently to split this dwelling from the existing parcel. Although the site lies within an area with a relatively high CSR, it's not been farmed since the county's land use ordinance was enacted. As such, this proposed dwelling is not expected to negatively impact nearby agricultural operations. And Dennis, here as well, if you have anything you want to add or?
Any questions? I'm happy to answer.
You gonna have kids live in the first house?
Yes, my second daughter is moving in 2 years to the existing home,
Okay.
which is 4,000 square feet. And we're building in the back my wife's dream house, which is 1,600 square feet. So that's the plan.
Okay.
So she's got basically a 50-year or 30-some-year plan to live there with. She has 4 children moving on. Yep.
Okay. Have no problem.
I have no problem.
I see nothing.
Okay. Get a motion from one of you guys?
I would make the motion to approve the land use change hearing for Dennis and Barbara Garland.
I would second that motion.
Okay, call for a vote.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bulls eye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming in. Okay,
You're welcome. I gotta come.
nice to see you, Dennis.
Nice to see you. You bet. Yeah. Yep. Have you got anything from Pickering yet? I'll get it.
Okay.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you. Yeah.
Take care.
Is that 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to go into recess until 10 o'clock.
About 10:30.
No, Jenny didn't bend.
No.
10. Oh, yes, 10. I'll second that.
Tippit, aye.
Seaman, aye.
Bulls eye.
Thank you. Recess.